Hi there, good evening. I'm Crab Nebula 917 or DJ John Man. I'll try to talk louder because I know sometimes my audio comes in bad. I don't have any fancy mics or anything. I just kind of talk right to my phone. That's what I'm doing now. So I want to do another video about records I've gotten recently and kind of the story behind them, and I want to share interesting facts about them. I actually recorded this video twice before. The first time I recorded it, one second, I just realized I forgot. The first time I recorded it, it just didn't sound good. My dialogue was crap, so ditched that one. And then I recorded it again, and my allergies were flaring up, and my eye was just so red, and it looked like I had conjunctivitis, and I was like, this is not happening. I'm not uploading that. So now I'm here, and I figured I'd do it again because I picked up 5 new things today for free, and I'll show you what those are. But let's start with what we're listening to right now. If you can faintly hear that, this is Yellowman, his album Mr. Yellowman. I'm not sure if this is his first album because it's very confusing, his discography. So one of my ideas for music commentary videos is doing a discography like breakdown, and Yellowman is surely going to go on that list because I am very confused digging through what his albums are and his whole catalog, because there's so many. Like, a lot of them have various names depending on where they're pressed, and it's just confusing as all hell. So but yeah, Yellowman's good. I went to the record shop. There's a record shop I frequent once a month. At the end of every month, they do a drop. They just flush out their entire new arrival section, and they just put in all new stuff. So I go by, and usually around that, once a month is they kind of go through their other sections as well. So I'll go by. Usually I find a few things. So I was driving there. It's about a 40-minute drive, and I was driving there, and I was listening to Yellowman, his live at the Reggae Sunsplash Festival. Great album, by the way. And I was digging through the reggae section, and I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any Yellowman. So I just go right to the Y, and they had this. So really happy to have it. Yeah, Yellowman's great. Good dance hall. Frankly, the only dance hall I've listened to so far is Yellowman and his stuff. There's a few other stuff I got from the record shop, and I'll pull those out next. I got this single of Sade's, Paradise. Excellent. It comes with Super Beyond Total, which is a fantastic instrumental track that I've never heard of before I listened to this. So, very happy. This adds to my budding Sade collection. I have her first 3 albums on vinyl in perfect condition. And I showcased that in the previous video. And this is the first single of hers that I own. So, cool. It's really neat to have. Next up, I got this Gang of 4 EP. This one is called Another Day, Another Dollar, and it contains To Hell with Poverty, History's Bunk, Capital, It's What We All Want, right? Is that what's going? Capital, It Fails Us Now. And then some live tracks too. Just excellent production. The live tracks sound amazing. Gang of 4, they're incredible band. Andy Gill was unbelievable guitar player. Happy to have this EP. I have a single of To Hell with Poverty with Capital It Fails Us Now. Now I have the EP with those 2 songs plus 3 others. Awesome, really cool to have. And this last one I got from the same record shop, and it's interesting. It's Rollins Band, to The End of Silence, and it's basically, it's clearly not an original. Let me turn this TV off, there's a reflection. Obviously it's not the original because it's in perfect shape, and I would have dropped $100 and something or 200 plus. I don't know how much. It's hundreds of dollars normally. But this is unofficial repress from the same label, Imago. It's unofficial, so probably not Imago or Imago or however it's pronounced. But I did some research before I bought it, and people were saying that it sounded great. The pressing was great, so I bit the bullet. I spent the $30-something on it, and it is excellent. It's this orange vinyl here. Not sure why they had to do that, but it's fine. So yeah, if you see this in the wilds, if it's the unofficial repress from Imago, then I would suggest it. I think it sounds pretty good upon listening to it myself. So yeah, a few more records that I got before today. This one I got in the mail recently. It's this album called Drumgasm, and it's just drumming for 40 something minutes. It's Zach Hill from Death Grips and Hella, Janet Weiss from Sleater Kinney, and Matt Cameron from Soundgarden, amongst other bands. But yeah, it's free jazz, you could call it, and it's just three drummers going crazy for 40 minutes. So if you need something cool to listen to and it's just percussion based, I would suggest Drumgasm. This is kind of I don't even know how I discovered this, to be honest with you. It's from Jackpot Records. I don't know much about that label, but you know, they have this one. So funny story about this. I originally tried getting it on Discogs, and people like to gouge prices on Discogs all the time. So I sent the guy a message. He was charging like 4 times what it was worth on average. So I sent him a message. I said, hey, here's no make offer thing. I may have been the asshole in the situation, whatever. But I asked him, hey, will you go around the average? And then, you know, he cursed me out over email a few times, and basically he said no. So I was like, bummer, whatever. I'm not paying how much he was charging. And then a couple months later, semi-recently, probably 2 weeks ago, this popped up on my want list for the average price, so I scooped it up within minutes. So glad to have it now. All right, these next two are brand new, still sealed. Haven't opened them yet because I've been busy digitizing my other stuff. But we'll start with this one. We have Arooj Aftab, the unbelievably great sounding Pakistani singer-songwriter. She's unreal. I mean, all of her stuff is unreal. Everything I've heard so far. Her probably most prominent work is Vulture Prince. I just listened to her album Night Rain. Ungodly. Just such a great album. This is a short live EP. It has 4 tracks on it. They're pretty long. 2 live songs and then 2 studio tracks as well. So looking forward to hearing that one soon. But I was watching actually a video of hers. It was an Amoeba What's in My Bag, and she pulled out one of this record right here, Anushka Shankar's Between Us, which is a live album. And Anushka Shankar, if you recognize the surname, is Ravi Shankar's daughter. She is also a classically trained sitar player. And this album here is a live album, and it features the orchestra. What are the Metropole Orchestra, which is probably Metropolitan Orchestra. It's sitar playing, classical sitar playing with an orchestral backing band. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This album is straight perfect, 10 out of 10. Would suggest it. Anushka Shankar, Between Us. And I couldn't believe it. It just sounds so good. Still sealed, so I'm going to listen to that soon. But yeah, that's stuff that I gotten in the last couple weeks. But today, I picked up some records. Now, one of the places I work at is a thrift store, and they're currently doing this little sale thing, trying to just liquidate their music section, which is like CDs and records. To be fair, most of it's crap. There's some diamonds in the rough. I did find actually Sade Promise in there once, so I picked that up. But all of it's free, and so I picked up some records today. Someone had donated a whole bunch, and I was like, all right, you know, let's see what they had. So I picked up these 5, and a lot of it is obviously very well-known stuff, but I just haven't really checked out yet. All very interesting. So we have Jerry Garcia album, in pretty good shape, minus the crazy ring wear down here, but it's textured. The guitar here is textured, really nice. We have Taj Mahal, Recycling the Blues, and other related stuff. Cool. I actually have never listened to Taj Mahal, so looking forward to that. That's in really nice shape. Then we have a straight up Grateful Dead record. This one, what is this one? Wake of the Flood. I know some Deadheads, and they love the Grateful Dead, and they are always recommending the Grateful Dead. One of my luminaries and my old boss is actually fronts a Grateful Dead cover band that's popular in my area, and I often see them live once every couple of weeks. It's always a great time. This next one is real cool. My first Folkway record. This is just auto harp playing, and some people from probably Appalachia playing. I mean, usually there's some data, but yeah, this is just straight up Folkways. Neat, real neat. This last one I got is Cream, and yeah, Disraeli Gears is what it's called. I don't know much about Cream. I've heard of them many times, but I've just never checked them out. If they're bluesy, I guess I just never really jumped onto the blues rock train of the 60s and 70s. But now's my chance. I have them, so happy to have these. Yeah, just neat. Cool thrift store find. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. All I've gotten. At the end of this month, I am actually attending another record fair 3 hours away from me. But I'll be there, and I'm hoping there's always stuff that I'm looking for nonstop as any record collector. So we'll see how much I spend, see what I can find, but my want list is pretty much endless. So hopefully I find something cool, something I've been looking for a long time. Hopefully I find my grail, Holy Grail, which I've never had luck finding anywhere. It's the go-betweens before Hollywood. It's from Rough Trade. It was pressed in Australia and pressed in the UK. I have searched far and wide in the United States, all throughout New England for this record. Nowhere. And then all of Europe, not all of Europe, but when I was in Europe, I went to a few record shows, went to some record stores, always asked around. Oh, we've never seen it. It's pressed here, you know? I did find Spring Hill Fair, but anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. So, crossing my fingers, maybe this will be the time. I know I can get it online, but I don't care. It's not as fun. So, anyhow, that's it. I don't really have anything else to talk about. I'm going to continue digitizing my records, trying to cool down tonight. It is so hot. This is unbelievable. Crazy heat wave we're having. But yeah, hopefully I showed you something that you've never heard of before you can check out, or something that you are familiar with that you're happy that you get to see someone else appreciating. And yeah, till next time, thank you.